All right. Okay. So how has it been for you personally rejoining the Bulls?
No, it's been unbelievable being back again. It's unfortunate, as I said before many times, that what happened to my club over in England. But I'm really enjoying myself. I knew sort of what I'm signing myself into. Obviously, with the quality players, quality character, as well as the coaches. So I'm really happy, really enjoying myself here in Pretoria.
Okay, so I mean, you being out of the URC, and that's a competition that you targeted to winning when you joined the Bulls. So what does this mean now for your, um, at least not, you're not going to win it, at least not this season. So what does it mean for you and your ambitions?
Well, personally, I feel as a team, that's what we really went big on. I think the guys work incredibly hard, like obviously in training and so on. The extra detail stuff, but unfortunately, it didn't go our way. Our attentions shifts now, obviously, to the Currie Cup. So to win it for the third time will be really special. But at this union, we want to win silverware. That's the most important thing to us. And we will try and obviously push in the next competition. But it was, as you can imagine, really sad to be knocked out, in the URC and previously as well as the championship. So Champions Cup. So yeah, not the best for us, but we have a lot of ambition and obviously, as I said, that we want to bring silverware home.
Sorry, last one from me. Obviously, sorry, I'm keep going back to the European competitions because of how just, you know, how great they are in terms of being seen by the Springboks and everything, and all those those coaches. I'm sure you still have ambitions of showing up for the Springboks. So how much of that has taken a knock, not playing the European competitions, like knowing that this is the end of the season for the Bulls, so you just have to focus on the Currie Cup now?
We always said as a group we want to test ourselves, obviously against the best. Here in the northern, up against the northern hemisphere players. That is disappointing for us that we can't compete at that level anymore. I believe it's now to semifinals, four teams. We would have loved to be there and obviously test ourselves at that caliber of rugby. But clearly, we fell short, and there's a lot of things for us to work on, going forward. Some major stuff, some minor tweaks here and there, but I'm sure we will get there with the quality we've got in our group. As I said, like the players are really buying into what we want to do and achieve, which is good from the players' perspective, as well as the coaches, always coming up with new ideas and how to combat that against the European teams. So really disappointed we're not there anymore. But we ended up sixth in the URC, so that gives us another shot to play in the European Cup again. But more experience now, so and for me personally, I've played there before. I know how tough it is. So I always gave the guys one or two pointers on what to expect, and especially with their crowds being so vocal always. So yeah, we're looking forward to the next European Cup challenge again. So I'm really excited.
Thanks, Kate.
Thank you.
Ken,
Thanks, Kate, for your kind words. Thanks, Lunga. Nizaam, before you went back to WAST, you were obviously part of a Bull side that did very well. You mentioned those two Currie Cups. You went away. You've come back now. Is there anything different that you can put your finger on, the Bull side that you left and the one that you've now come back to?
Definitely, there's more Springboks in the team, so that's always a good thing. But as I said before, like leaving, we sort of were very dominant. We were decisive in what we wanted to do, and I think that's no different to coming back. Obviously, we've added a few more strings to our bow, which is very good. But this group, we're always building. We always want to improve on whatever we did the week before. We're hungry to learn. We're hungry for success. And as I said, the results didn't go our way, but that doesn't define us on who we are as a group. So we're really looking forward to this Currie Cup competition to win it for the third time. So we have our eyes set on that, and we will just continue working, continue improving, because at the moment, um, I must say that the boys are a little bit down for being knocked out. But that is sport. You have to have a winner and a loser, and unfortunately, we fell short on that side. But as I said, we are excited and we're looking forward to the next comp.
Ashfaq?
Thanks, Runga. Salam Nizam, hope you're well.
Salam Ashfaq.
You were born and bred Cape Townian, played many years for the Stormers, and now you're at your second stint with the Bulls. Your fans want to know, what is this thing with the Stormers? I mean, 6 in a row now. I know it's difficult, and you spoke now about European opposition, but it seems like the Stormers is a team that stopping you from getting that URC title. Is it something particular, or just your personal thoughts of what the way you guys can get better to actually beat them?
Yeah, it's very tough when we always look at it, but I mean, if they've beaten us, 6 times, and we also have to look at ourselves and try to do something different. But Stormers is a really good team. We must give that to them. We can't shy away from the fact that we are the front runners now. Stormers is somebody we can look at and learn from. I think they have a well-balanced squad with the forwards and the backs linking well. They've got good set piece. They have good strike attacking players who can mix it up with physicality as well as flair. So they have a good combinations going for them. But Ashfaq, it's no different here at the Bulls. I think it's just one of those things where results go against us, and it happens to be more than once, twice, thrice, So we on the short end of the stick here, but as I said, we continue working hard, and the wheel will turn, So we just got to keep believing in the group and keep fighting.
Because not too long ago, the show was on the other foot, Nizam, where as you see, you guys are dominating and beating Western Province in a CURRIE CUP with the full strength and a Rainbow Cup and all of that. Going ahead now to the rest of the season, you guys said that you and Alrik now said you had this meeting. We guys spoke openly and honestly about what went wrong and the solutions going forward. What are some of the plans for the immediate future? Obviously, the CURRIE CUP and the Schrik was on Saturday in Kimberley. That's also doesn't get much more difficult than that in this tournament. What are some of the things that you want to see an improvement on in the immediate next few weeks?
I think we just have to, tighten up a few stuff. Whether that is, for me, I think it's just a few basic stuff. I think we put ourselves in really good positions, and then that's, 1 or 2 errors that cost us, or we give away a penalty maybe. They kick to the corner, and obviously against good teams, they will set up a good maul, good platform for the backs to have front football. So it's just tightening up on few stuff. I don't think we are major miles off where we want to be, but the lapses in our game is creeping up on us. That's costing us, and I think against the Stormers, European teams, the teams up north, this competition is very tough. Any mistake, they capitalize on that. And that is where I think the big improvement must come from us, that each guy should, sort of just try. And again, we've mentioned, like, we don't mean to sort of make mistakes, but we can't afford, 1 to 15 guys giving away maybe a penalty or knock on. Well, that's 15 penalties. Every guy gives it away. So we want to try and cut that out of our game. And I think we will definitely have results going better for us.
Okay, thanks.
Cool. Thanks, Ashfaq. Carl, are you good?
No. I've got a question this time. Nizaam, thanks for the opportunity. A lot is being made about the senior players and the junior players in the success at the Bulls especially. What's your opinion of that? And what's your opinion about the compilation of the team with the age and the experience with the young people, the young players coming through?
I think if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the teams or clubs sort of use that as a weapon or as a tool to have some older guys who's more experienced, who've seen the game, who's been, to a number of teams maybe, or played over 150 caps, to lead the younger boys into, a battle like that. Because always with the youngster, you will find that he's maybe sometimes too over eager. You have a youngster, for example, who gets it, perfectly right. Like, for example, Kanan, Moody, Jan Hendrik, guys like that. So I'm a firm believer, because maybe I'm a bit older, that you must have a good balance of older guys, just to, sort of, who've seen stuff before, to calm the guys down. Because if you play with younger boys, they want to run the ball from everywhere, which is, I'm happy with that, because I love, attacking rugby. But there comes a time where you may be under pressure, where you have to kick or exit with inside your 22. So it's just that balance, the older guys will bring to the juniors. But I think, yeah, the Bulls, it's sort of, we're getting it right. And I think that is maybe more for Jake White to answer, in terms of the older guys and the younger boys.
Great stuff. Appreciate.
Thanks, Carl. Morgan?
Thanks, Lunga. Hi, Nizaam. Nizaam, you've been one of those players, been in a fortunate position to have played in both the Super Rugby as well as the URC. You've also played rugby overseas. And do you feel now that you guys are out of the Heineken Cup and URC, it just allows you guys to rest a little bit more, although there is still focus on the Currie Cup, because it has been quite a hectic schedule if one thinks about it. You guys have been playing September. September is around the corner again. So time for those bodies just to take a bit of a break.
Yes, definitely. If we're looking at that way, as I said, we're never fine with being knocked out of the competition. But as you mentioned, it is also, I like to think that there's always a positive within, things that don't go your way. But this does give guys, time to reflect, maybe take a back step and look at the game and watch other teams. Because when things is running 100 miles per hour, you kind of miss certain stuff. I'm not saying that is the case, but I'm just saying that could happen, So we can focus on the Currie Cup now and look forward to the URC and the European Cup. And it gives us a good break now, just to, a little bit, I don't want to say feet up, but just analyze differently. Maybe they pick up something that they can carry into next season, which is also, a good thing. But yeah, definitely time to reflect, take one step or two steps back. As if we're taking a slingshot, then we can take 3, 4, 5 forward. And that is the plan for us. Yeah, you're right.
And just lastly, you guys have got the Greeks this week in Kimberley. As Ashfaq mentioned, you don't get much tougher than that hitting the road to Kimberley, but quite a big game really for both teams this weekend.
Really, really big. I mean, I think we beat them 43 over here at Loftus. But we mentioned today as we train that it won't be easy. Don't think that things will happen for us because we beat them down here or up here in Pretoria. They're a team that, once you give them a sniff, they'll definitely take the opportunities. And we don't want to find ourselves, playing catching up rugby or trying to force things. And I feel like that's when guys, sort of force stuff. Things don't go our way. We fall a little bit off the plan. So it's definitely a team. It's not something that we should go out and be scared about. We must still express ourselves, be positive, play, to get the ball over the advantage line, so the backs can get, good front football, because I do believe we have the best backs, in South Africa. But yeah, it's not something to be scared about, but it's something to, just be aware and have the back of your mind wary of it, that if we take our foot a little bit off the pedal, like these guys will come for us, especially back in Kimberley. It's a tough place to play. Everybody knows that. I've had a few experiences where I've come on the losing side with Western Province. So it's definitely something that we must, pay attention to and tackle hard.
Thanks, Nizaam.
Cool. Thank you, Nizaam. Thank you, guys.